This look was inspired by traditional Celtic knots. It's a really nice braided pattern and the colours are inspired by the landscapes of Scotland and traditional clothing. I'll be working on a nail tip today, so obviously if you're working on a client or yourself, you should prep the nail for gel polish. I'm just going in with a nice thin layer of the GelColor base coat and I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds. So we're going to do 2 coats of this beautiful dark green colour, things I've seen in aber green. Cap the free edge and cure for 30 seconds each. So because we're going to be doing a bit of line work, I'm actually just going to wipe the tacky layer from this base colour. And then I'm mixing my striper into You've Got That Glass Glow, which is a cool nude. I'm taking my striper and just working from the cuticle down. We're not going right to the side wall, but we're just going to leave a little gap. So I'm doing this cross. I'm going to draw a parallel line alongside the first line that I drew. And then we're just going to mimic the same cross over the lines. This design doesn't look finished until it is finished, so do not be put off by the process. So I'm actually really happy the way these lines are now and I don't want them to change, so I'm going to flash cure this into position. Okay, so now we're going to go and draw our vertical lines. I'm going to start from the cuticle and just drag down to that overlapped line. And we're going to do the same again on the other side. If you want to pause this and just follow me along up until this point, that's totally fine. And then we're going to do a horizontal line at the bottom. So it almost looks like the feet of some little stickmen. And then we're just going to draw a vertical line in the last gap that we have left. I'm just going to flash cure that as well. So now I'm just going to go back in and thicken up all my lines because I'm really happy with the way that these are looking. You can do these as thick or as thin as you want. I think it's always better to start off thinner and you can thicken up later on. We did do straight lines beforehand, so keep your diagonal lines straight. But on your vertical and your horizontal lines, we're just going to add a small curve in. I'm just filling in these lines. So it just makes it flow a bit nicer. So as you can see, I'm just dragging that round. I'm actually using the tip of my striper here instead of the full length because I am doing a little curve in. I'm just going to drag a line round the cuticle area just to complete the design. So I'm just actually going to cure that for 30 seconds instead of flash curing because there is a lot of colour on there. Now we're going to cut out our lines. I've dipped back into things I've seen in aber green and you're just going to want to follow the pattern that I've done here. I'm just doing a straight line over where these lines connect. And again, try and use the length of your brush just to keep them straight. To create this weaving effect, you're just going to want to make sure that each line that's parallel to each other, one crosses over and one crosses under. Don't worry if any of the lines look thicker and thinner, some of mine do. I'm just going to go back in and fix that afterwards, but we're just going to cut out the patterns that we need. Finish off with a little diagonal line at the top. Make sure not to make this line straight because it will actually throw the whole design off. I've made this mistake in the past and it did. And we're just going to flash cure that. So obviously it depends how much time you've got with your client, but I'm just going back in again and just touching up these lines. I can see some areas where I've made the lines thinner by cutting out, so I'm just going to go in and just really perfect this. It's worth mentioning, this is a long tip that I'm using, so you might want to adapt it slightly for the length of your client's nails. And I've been flash curing these lines as I've been doing them, but let's just go in and do a full cure. So I'm just going to go in with my top coat now, and you can see even as I'm applying this, that design just totally pops now. And I'm just going to cap the free edge and cure for 30 seconds. After that comes out the lamp, I'm just going to cleanse the nail and remove the tacky layer. And there you go, you can give this design a try even if you're Celtic or not.